Your Suno library is not getting deleted. A lot of YouTube guys spent this week telling you to save your songs before they disappear. That's not happening. Everything you've made stays in your account. You can still play it, you can still share it on every plan, including the free tier. So no, nothing is going to disappear on September 3rd. But hey, there is a catch. Something did change, but it's not really the thing that everyone's blabbering about right now. I read the Suno email. I read their FAQ. Then I read the new terms of service, which is the part most people skipped. And there's a section in there that changes what your Suno songs are worth, so let me take you through it. The basics first. From September 3rd, there are going to be download limits. Free accounts get 7 downloads. Not 7 a month, 7 in total, forever. Pro gets 20 a month. Premier gets 60 a month. Your count resets on your billing date, and if you don't use them, they don't carry over. If you run out, you can buy more. There are a few smaller details that make this less bad than it sounds, and I haven't seen anyone mention them. One song is one download, whatever format you pick. If you download a song now and download it again in 6 months, the second one is free. Stems come as part of that song's download, not as separate ones. And if a download fails halfway, it doesn't count against you. It does cover songs you've already made. Everything in your library, right back to your first track, is now under that monthly limit. And if you're on Premiere and you use Suno Studio, studio downloads aren't limited. I'll come back to that one, because there's a catch. Now, the bigger thing. In the new terms, downloading isn't just how you get the file, it's how you get permission to earn from the song. The terms say you can only use a song commercially if you've downloaded it, and only within your plan's allowance. They also say it the other way round. If you haven't downloaded a song through Suno's own download option, you're not allowed to use it commercially at all. So, on Pro, 20 a month isn't 20 files. It's 20 new songs a month you can add to the pile you're allowed to sell. On Premiere, it's 60. The rest of your library, you can play it on Suno and send people links to it. You just can't put it on Spotify, sell it, use it in a client's video, or run it under a monetized YouTube channel. The email describes this as clarifying your rights and says songs you download stay yours to use commercially. That's true. It's only half of it, though. Your download count is now your commercial count as well, and the email doesn't really say that anywhere. So, did Suno lie to you? No. Everything in that email is technically true. They just told you the half that sounds good, and left the half that costs you money in a document they knew most people wouldn't open. That's the bit I'd want to know about if I were paying for this. Now the good news, and there's a decent amount of it. Once you've downloaded a song, the commercial rights to it are permanent, not while you're subscribed. Permanent. The terms are specific. Those rights don't go away when you use up your allowance. They don't go away if Suno changes the limits or the pricing later, and they don't go away if you cancel, downgrade, let it expire, or get suspended. So anything you download this month while you're paying, you could still sell in 5 years, even if you never open Suno again. You're allowed to work on it too. The terms let you edit, process, and convert the format of a song you've properly downloaded. So normal editing isn't what's being restricted here. This next bit is the one I really want you to hear, because people are going to lose accounts over it. You've probably seen someone suggest getting around the limit with a screen recorder or a browser extension that grabs the audio off the page. The new terms mention that directly. Getting a copy of a song anyway other than Suno's own download option is not allowed, and they give recording and stream ripping as the examples. They've also built a way to catch it. The terms say Suno can attach a fingerprint, a watermark, or metadata to your songs, and not just to mark it as AI made. It can carry which plan the song came from and whether it was a proper download. You're agreeing not to strip that out or tamper with it. So part of what that watermark does is show whether a song was downloaded properly or ripped. Suno updated its community guidelines in the same announcement, and the penalties go from a warning to a temporary suspension to a permanent ban. I wouldn't risk a whole library over $20. There's one more part of this announcement that most people scrolled past. New Suno models are coming, and Suno says they're being developed in partnership with the music industry. That explains a lot of the rest of it. This isn't a company that woke up one day and decided to care about downloads. This is what it looks like when a legal settlement starts showing up in the product. When the new models arrive, all the current ones get retired. Your existing songs are fine. They stay in your library, and you can still use them as a starting point for covers and remixes. But those will run on the new models, so they might not sound like the original. What you won't be able to do is generate anything new on the models you're using right now. There's no date for that. September 3rd is the terms and the download limits. Model retirement is just soon. If someone tells you both happen on the 3rd, they're guessing. 3 more things in the terms that are going to surprise people. First, remixes. If you let other people remix your songs, a remix counts as a joint work, owned equally by you and whoever remixed it. And remixes are personal use only, no commercial use, whatever plan you're on. Second, disputes. Your email mentions an arbitration update. What it doesn't mention is that the new terms include a class action waiver and a jury trial waiver, and most disputes now have to go through individual arbitration. There's no general opt-out. Third, if you don't want the new terms, there's a window to leave. You'd have to close your account either before your renewal date or within 30 days of the new term starting, whichever comes first. Payments are non-refundable by default, although the terms do say your consumer rights under local law still apply. If you prepaid for a year on a plan that was sold with unlimited downloads, that's the paragraph to take to someone who knows consumer law where you live. I'm not a lawyer, and neither is anyone else making videos about this. So what would I actually do before September 3rd? Go through your library and download anything you might want to sell or release one day. Not everything, just the ones that matter. Once you've downloaded it while you're a paying subscriber, those rights are yours permanently. If you've been meaning to try something on the current models, do it now, because once they're retired, they're gone. And check your plan against how much you really put out. If you release 2 or 3 tracks a month, 20 downloads is plenty, and none of this touches you. If you're pulling 40 samples a week to find one that flips, this does change how you work, and Premiere with Studio is the thing to look at. One catch on that, like I said, the Studio exemption is in the email and the FAQ, but it isn't written into the terms of service. The terms just point at your account page for the current allowance and say it can be updated. So it's a real answer for now. I wouldn't build the next 2 years around it. Is this worse than what you signed up for? For anyone working in volume, yeah, it is. But your library is safe. Streaming and sharing don't change. And anything you download while you're paying is yours to sell forever. That's a lot less dramatic than Suno just killed your catalog, and it's what the documents actually say. Download the ones that matter. If this saved you a panic, subscribe. Why? Well, because I read these things properly so you don't have to.